Greetings everyone. Welcome to the introductory video on research design, measurement, and statistics. Let me get this up here on the board. Design, measurement, and statistics. So the purpose of this video, at least from my perspective, is to kind of make an introduction of kind of how my mind views these three topics and how they kind of interrelate with one another. So we need to kind of keep in mind that all of these things are taking place within the larger academic discipline of kinesiology. And so let's just make sure that we're all coming from the same kind of definition here. But kinesiology is simply just the study of the art and science of human movement. So the study of the art and science of human movement. Let's make that a little bit better M there. Human movement. Okay. So examples. What is kinesiology? You know, if you think of this as kind of an umbrella term here, kinesiology, you know, examples of kind of professions that fall under, you know, kinesiology can include a lot of different things. You know, for sure can include, you know, coaches. It can include physical educators. But it can also include clinical professions, say for instance athletic training. It can also include things like therapeutic, and I'll abbreviate this, therapeutic, recreation, exercise, physiology, and so on and so forth. So lots of different professions would fall under this umbrella of kinesiology. Regardless of what profession you actually fall in with respect to the reason that you're watching this video, measurement, design, statistics, you know, all of these things apply across all of these disciplines. Now, going back to, you know, I've kind of done these in an order here where I mentioned design first and then measurement and then statistics. And the way my mind thinks about this is from a research perspective, you need to have a solid design first. And you know, it's outside of the scope of this particular video, but if you remember kind of design, you can have three major types of designs: experimental designs, quasi-experimental designs, and non-experimental designs. That's kind of outside the scope of this. And the design piece really comes in more with the function of research, you know, if that's what you're trying to do. But outside of that, in your discipline, whatever you fall under kinesiology, if you're a coach, physical educator, whatever, the principles of measurement, and I'll use a different color here, but principles of kind of measurement here and the principles of statistics still apply. And so really what I want to kind of, I guess, kind of a jumping off point here would be really talking about what is measurement. So it's just, so measurement from again, just kind of my perspective here is just simply you know, I can even oversimplify this, but just kind of assigning values to something. So for instance, if you are a physical educator and you're testing students in the long jump, then you're doing measurement, right? You're going to take out a tape measure and measure how far the student has jumped. You're going to relate that back to the standard. Maybe the standard is 1 meter and they jump 6 meters. Then you're going to then take that and compare it back to that standard, and you're going to say, okay, they've jumped 6 times the standard, right? And so the process of measurement is just doing that piece with the tape measure, where you're kind of assigning a value to some distance, right? So what comes out of measurement then? So really, data is the result of the measurement process. So you're going to measure something. After you measure it, you're going to have some data on your hands. And then with that data, what you're going to then do is you want to apply statistics. The statistics essentially is the process of organizing the data. So you're starting to see kind of intuitively a logical flow here. So you've got kind of the measurement piece up here. Measurement gives us data. From data, we're going to then organize it through the process of statistics. And then really the last piece then is you kind of want to provide from these statistics, provide meaning, or look at the value, and that process is the evaluation component that happens kind of at the end of this chain of events. And so again, leaving kind of design out of the equation for right now, that's really for a different video. The purpose of this particular video is really just to kind of get you to see how measurement gives you data, how data then allows you to go through the process of statistics, and once you kind of enter that into the process of statistics, then on the back side of that, you're able to kind of make an evaluation of different things. Now, keeping in mind here that this data component right here, and let me go back to a different color here, but this data component right here needs to be valid. It needs to be reliable. And again, concepts not for this particular video, but perhaps we'll do these in another video, just to kind of as another kind of primer introductory piece. But you have to know that your data is of quality, right? And having good validity and good reliability lets you know that your data is quality, and you want to have quality data before you put it into the statistics process. So therefore your evaluations are good quality evaluations based upon statistics that we're using quality data. And so this is a I'll just put an exclamation point over here. This is a big piece of this. Again, so the purpose of this video, just in summary, was to just kind of refamiliarize everyone with what design is, what measurement is, what statistics is, and kind of how they interrelate. Really, the design component is more for the research part of it. You would start with a solid design before you look at how you're going to measure things from that design. As professionals in the field of kinesiology, the design piece is probably not going to be important to you. That's why with this one I'm just focusing on measurement and statistics. And so really there, just to put those back into perspective, you need to have good quality measurement that's going to produce good quality data from which you can do your statistics, and then you're going to use that as the evaluative tool. So that's really the starting point for us. Thanks for watching the video.